Everyone, welcome back to Total War Therapy, and today we're gonna have fun because we're gonna answer to the question which is the best missile monster in Total War Warhammer 3. When you will watch this video I will be in Greece, so these are my 3 favorite monsters from Greek mythology. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my video, and let's begin. Be careful when you will have a walk into the forest this summer, because first it's gonna burn, probably. It already happened to me last year and it was nice, it was shining to see, but definitely not good. And second, because you may find a Cygor. Cygors are giant monster from the beastmen roster. They have one single eye, that's why they are not that accurate, probably. And yes, they throw these giant rocks at a very long distance. Actually, it's 400, that is the same of a mortar and a catapult. They have the woodsman attribute, so unlike the other monsters, they will not be debuffed when they cross a forest. And they have a very nice ability, that is the Soul Eater, where basically they give a miscast chance to the wizards of the enemy that in all the battlefield, and this is great. In melee they are good, but they are quite weak. The armor is a little low, so if they are targeted by missile infantry they can fall down quite easily. The melee attack and melee defense is not exceptional, but yeah, they're still giants, so they cover not a very large area, so if surrounded they will still perform, they will perform good. So overall a nice option. I feel to put it only in the 10th position because it's actually no, for real, it's not accurate. Many people disagree in the comments in other videos, but no, it's not accurate. When you hit the target, it's strong. It's definitely strong, but yeah, it happens once or two in all the battles, especially if you're playing with the high setting. And yes, and second, because it's very weak when it's attacked by missile infantry, and it's very slow. It's just 39, it's like a dwarf. So yeah, this is a good position for him. It reminds me of my father when he took a blue car and everyone was shocked, like, why you did something like that? But at the end everyone liked it because it was very cool. The Arachnarok Spider with Flinger is a nice addition from the last DLC, Omens of Destruction. It is basically the, our dear giant spider, but in this case with a catapult on the top. A catapult that throws giant bolts of web net. Web net because they reduce the speed and the vigor of the enemies that they hit when they hit, because even this unit is not accurate for some reason. But at least it's a fast armored, not like the Cygor. This unit is very armored, and then he has a good speed, so even if it's far from the target, he can get closer and then run away, so it's great. The melee attack and melee defense are still actually good. The melee attack especially, and it has even the poison effect that reduce the stats overall of the enemy. The weapon strength is with the anti-large bonus, so it's probably best suitable to attack cavalry once he made his job with the missile. So overall a very versatile unit with the Strider attribute, so he should not care about the terrain, if there is a hills, a mountain, water. Just don't care about that. And yeah, I love to use it, and the only problem is the accuracy for me, and the problem with mass that giant spiders have in this game. That it's a battle that I feel I'm fighting alone, but I will still do it. These giant spiders have a problem with mass. Just check it. When they stuck into an infantry formation, they cannot move, so I really hope that Creative Assembly can notice and resolve that. But yeah, overall I enjoy to play with this unit. I'm looking forward to recruit it in my spider focus army when I play with greenskins, so yeah, great. Let's travel all together to the realm of tzeentch to find the Soul Grinder. The Soul Grinder of tzeentch is a unit that was underperforming at the release of Total War Warhammer 3, but patch over patch they actually got great, and now I love to use them. First you have to consider that, especially if you don't have the Shadows of Change DLC that adds the Mutualist Vortex Beast, this unit will be the tankiest in your roster. And tzeentch is not focused on melee, on tanky, and yeah, this will be your greater melee fighter, if you don't have, of course, Shadows of Change. it is armored. It has the magical shield that will protect you in many situations from magical attacks, missile attacks. It has a missile strength, a missile attack with the anti-large bonus that, it's very cool because it's very accurate, it's very precise, and yeah, if you target, for example, a cavalry unit, he will destroy at least, it has a kind of 5 shots per volley, so he will hit and make fall down 5 cavalry, 5 knights. So for me it's very great, and then is good at melee, so it has a good speed, so he can chase cavalry, can chase infantry, and when it's needed he can just move around the battlefield with this good mobility and address the situation. That's why I love to use it. The ammunition are a little few, but as I said, you can use it in both melee and missile, so you will find a way to extract value from it. And yes, good tzeentch. He was, since I opened this channel, that I was waiting for the moment to talk about this amazing unit, but it never happened. In 1 year and a half it never happened, but finally we are here. The Necrofex Colossus is this giant ship omen with a very strong missile attack, with a very good range of 330, and it can fire whilst moving, so you can even just move around and hit the target. Of course it will be less accurate apparently, but yeah, still strong. When he loses half of its hit points, he will summon a unit of zombie pirates that will protect it. So if you are in a trouble, if you are in a hard situation, this zombie will come up to help you. Then when your ammunition are above 80, your damage will be even stronger. And yes, he's not that fast, and the melee attack and melee defense are actually good, even the weapon strength, and considering that he's a giant, so as I said, with a less large area to be surrounded, he can be resilient in melee. The armor is mid, so don't be an easy target for missile infantry, but at the same time you can feel a little more safe. I like this unit, it's very expensive, and you recruit it very late in the campaign with Vampire Coast. And please, Creative Assembly, give us another DLC of Vampire Coast, because it's an amazing faction, and with a little more of units, of love and everything, it can be amazing. And I would love to play another pirate campaign in Total War Warhammer 3. And what I was talking about, yeah, this unit is great, and there is even a Regiment of Renown version that spitfires with a flamethrower, so I just love it. Let's get back to the realm of tzeentch to address this unit that, like every tzeentch unit apparently was not performing that good at the release of the game, but now they are great. The Exalted Flamer of tzeentch is a little monster, quite fast, but I would not rely that much on that. You still to play defensively with it. It has no armor. Okay, 10 per 10, just 10, no armor. You will have only the shield to protect you. That can be useful if you are, all of a sudden targeted by a missile infantry, by a magical attack, but then you have to escape. And you have a little range, so you have to be careful of snipers or, missile units with a longer range than you and more accurate, because you will be in danger. The missile strength, I don't know if you noticed, but it's more than 1000. More than 1000, with an explosive damage that reduces the armor and increase the weakness to fire of your enemy. And as animation, he basically unleashed these little magical explosions that like little tornadoes actually, that they move around and they hit even more units. So even if it's just 5 ammunition, it's a lot. They're like, I don't know, like 9 shots per volley, and it has all these crazy abilities. It's one of the most sophisticated missile attack of all the game. That's why it's lovely. In melee it performs very bad. You cannot send into melee, and it's bad because they're so, their animation, their melee animation are incredible, are very cool. So it's a waste of resources that they created this very cool animation, and then you cannot use them because they suck at melee. And yeah, I just don't understand that. I would like them to be a little, just, you know, a little more resilient in melee. You can increase their physical resistance, their defense maybe, but yes, it's a waste for me. Overall, as I said, it's a very strong missile monster, and you have to babysitting him hit a lot, but yes, if you use it correctly, he will bring the havoc to the battlefield. Let's have a trip to the coast of Lastria to talk about the Feral Troglodon, or as I call it, the daredevil of this game. Now, the Feral Troglodon have been added with the Silence and the Fury DLC. It's like the Carnosaur with a little, we can say lesser melee stats, but this very powerful missile attack with a very short range. So be careful, because you can be the target of other missile units. But yeah, but you're, you know, fast enough to escape this kind of situation. So you're, we can say, safe. And then you're, I mean, you're fast, you're strong. So even if you're engaged in melee from cavalry and so on, you can take care of the situation. This missile attack, he's 800, so very powerful with the poison effect, with the bonus versus large, so you should prioritize cavalry and monsters. And then it has all the, you know, all the attributes of the monster, so the feral rage, because it's feral, and this can be, you know, this can be harsh, because if it loses the control, of course it can be weaker to units specializing on taking care of monsters. It causes terror, and I mean all the things of monster, the primal instinct, the predatory fighters, and yeah, all the things of lizardmen. In the melee, it's also strong. As I said, it has still the poison effect. The armor is great, is 95, and yeah, the speed I think is the biggest, the most important attribute here, together with the missile attack. Honestly, I don't use the missile attack that much in this unit. I mean, in my campaign, I just you know, use it a little against the units before attacking, but then I mean, I prefer to use it in the melee way with this additional missile attack. But still great in my opinion. If you have the DLC, you should probably have a look and have fun. We are in the 4th position with the Bloodwrack Medusa, that, I mean, you can enjoy her animation because they will be probably the same of the Kala, and it's nice. I'm cool with it because, I mean, it's a very nice looking model, and I would like to see more units like that, and we will get the Kala, the Exalted Warrior of Slaanesh. But yeah, let's stop talking about Slaanesh, and let's address this amazing missile monster that patch over patch, he gets so strong that they will probably debuff soon. So enjoy it now, start your Dark Elves campaign this summer, because probably in the future they're gonna change that, because this unit for its price is too powerful, is too strong, and even the AI understood that. That's why he recruited entire armies only made of Bloodwrack Medusa and of Shades. Now, this monster, first, this missile attack has a little range, but even here it's not a big problem, because it's good at melee and the speed is great. So you have to be careful of missile infantry in this case, because the armor is low and you don't have any physical resistance. And yes, the missile attack itself causes these explosions that they don't go around like the one of the Exalted Flamers, but they're still very, very powerful, armor piercing and with magical effect. And then this is a strong monster even at melee. It has a good weapon strength with the anti-large bonus, so it can deal with the cavalry very, very well. I would suggest to not get surrounded by infantry, because in that case it can fall down quite easily, because it's still a little monster with not a very big mass, so it will find hard to escape the situation. But the melee defense, melee attack are good, so I mean, you know, play it correctly, of course, play it safely, and follow these rules, and yeah, it's so powerful, just so powerful and lovely to watch all this explosion that annihilate infantry with just a couple of ammunition, and the Medusa has 30 of ammunition, so very, very great. What is this smell? Oh yeah, it's of course the Soul Grinder of Nurgle, an amazing monster that in my opinion deserves the 3rd place of the podium of the best missile monster of this game, and I will explain you why. This Soul Grinder of Nurgle has a lot of armor, a lot of hit points, so its resilience in melee, and it doesn't have good stats in melee. It has a 45 of attack with the poison effect that reduce the stats of the enemy nearby, the magical attacks, the armor piercing damage, so it's great at that. It has a good speed, for being a nurgle unit, but even a unit itself. I mean, 75 of speed, it's the one of a cavalry, so you can chase down cavalry, you can address monster, you can escape situation, and you have a big mass, so you don't have to worry about anything. The weapons, the missile attack is great because it's this 3 ammunition, 3 projectiles, explosive that, I mean, probably 1 or 2 of them will hit the target. Not the 2 of them, I mean, it's very rare, but yeah, 2 of them, 1 of them is more than enough to cause an incredible damage to your enemies. The ammunition are little, I mean, are few, but yeah, don't worry about that, because then you can rely on it in with the melee. It's kind of Joker, so very versatile. You have a fast artillery piece that can move around, and it's very sturdy at melee, so yeah, for me it completely deserves this position. What do you think about? In the second place of the podium we find a monster that for me it's too strong. I mean, it's too strong even because it's a mid-tier monster. It's not an elite, very expensive one, it's a mid-tier monster that performs so well that it's indestructible in the battlefield. I'm talking about the Bastiladon Solar Engine. Now, the Bastiladon themselves are very armored. They're slow, yes, but they're very armored with 140. The no ammo piercing attacks deal no damage to them. They are immune to flanking, so you cannot just sneak around and hit them. And yeah, there are many abilities linked to, you know, dinosaurs and the Solar Engine. But the most important thing is this very big and strong missile attack. It's just a powerful fire explosion that reduces the defense, the melee attack and the accuracy, but the melee defense and melee attack of 24, okay, 24 of I mean 24 less of melee defense and melee attack make your enemies completely useless, okay, and your other units can attack them and take advantage of the situation. The range is not that long, but it's completely okay with all the stats. It's 240, and yeah, as I said, then the weapon strength with the melee attack, melee defense that are not good, but this unit is so armored that can stand still against everything. And yeah, no one will destroy that. When I play against the lizardmen, I just make them rout, okay? Because I cannot destroy them, I cannot make them fall. I can just make them rout. I can take care of the rest of the army, and they will, you know, follow them. But if you focus on them in, you know, I mean, first, if you want to take care of them and then of the rest of the army, it's a completely wrong strategy, because they will never lose, and that's why they deserve the second place of this podium. Before revealing which is the best missile monster in my ranking, I wanna do a couple of honorable mention, and the first is the Bone Giant. I'm very sorry that I didn't put this unit here. Honestly, I thought that it could be within the, you know, the 10 best missile monsters, but at the end, you know, I made my calculation, my analysis, and it's not. I'm sorry, because this is one of my favorite units of the game, because it's a giant skeleton with a big bow. So I mean, my favorite hero is Cygor, and my favorite monster is the Bone Giant. But even if it's very accurate, and he's quite strong at melee. I mean, it's not strong in the way that it deals damage, but it can be resilient. He has a good armor, a lot of hit points. It has 12 hit points that it's, I mean, very nurgle. And yeah, the weapon strength is not that much, but it's resilient. Okay, it's resilient. And yeah, this missile attack, it's powerful, but at the same time, he's not always, no, it's accurate, not always, but yeah, the damage is poor, the reload time is long, and yeah, I think they could just increase the missile strength like many other units of this kind in the game, and in this case at least you can you know, it can benefit from that, even if it sacrifices other things like the reload time and so on. But in this current state, I didn't feel it to put it in my 10 position ranking, even if it's a good unit still. The second honorable mention is the Big Un Rogue Idol. That is a regimental renown, but I still feel that I should include it in this video, because it's crazy, it's so funny. It's basically a rogue idol. I think that the stats actually don't change compared to the generic version, but it gets this missile additional attack that are the rocks, giant rocks that it took from its body and it throw at the enemy. And the funny fact is that he can sacrifice a little, very very little. Actually, I mean, it has a lot of hit points. It is like 16, so the 16,000 hit points, so don't worry. And yeah, it can replenish the ammunition, causing damage to itself, because it will, lose the rocks, so it will lose life to gain more ammunition. And this is crazy. I mean, it's such a nice idea, and yeah, I would have liked to have it as a generic unit. But I mean, that was their choice, and I mean, I just love it, and it deserved to be mentioned in this video. At the first place of the podium we find the Thundertusk, the new unit of the Ogre Kingdoms, one of the biggest and most expensive unit of the game, added with the last DLC, Omens of Destruction. Okay, at the beginning I was worried that this unit would have not been that different from the Stone Horn, but they added I mean, in melee they are a little different, but you kinda still use them in the same way. But the Thundertusk get this additional missile attack that it's awesome. It's powerful. It has a mid-range of 200. It could have been better, but don't worry. A lot of ammunition, a lot. In this kind of big monster, they normally put very few ammunition, but no. The Thundertusk has 30 ammunition, and then the missile strength that it's little compared to the one of other missile monsters, but about its performance, it's far better. It's so accurate, and this is another crazy thing, because it's a kinda catapult projectile, so I never expect it to be accurate and precise, but it is. It's accurate, it's precise, it causes the frostbite, so it reduces the speed of the enemy, so you will have even more time to cause damage to them. And then yes, at melee it's unstoppable, it's very armored with a lot of hit points, the speed is okay, the melee attack and melee defense are great, the weapon strength with bonus versus infantry and with all the mass, it's just unstoppable. I mean, you cannot, there is no way to beat it. Okay, you have really to keep it as the last unit, because I mean, it's so dangerous, so powerful. And yes, this missile attack is crazy. It's crazy. They should reduce it if they want to bring balance to the game. Anyway, this is my ranking. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's see very soon.